Right now I'm going to give you some email etiquette comparables so that you can see two examples. On the left-hand side, you have a message to M. Krause, and it's from Go Cubbies 27. The subject is question, and the body paragraph says, Mrs. Green, I'm so confused about why we have to do this assignment. I've been talking to my friends, and we all think it's unfair. You haven't given us enough time, and we are all in agreement we should have an extension. Also, it's not a grade appropriate assignment. It's way too hard. You know, we do have lives outside of school. Annie. Compared to the email on the right-hand side, to M. Krause from annie.andrews@gmail. The subject is a research project, Annie Andrews, first hour. Dear Mrs. Green, I have been reflecting on the research project we learned about in first hour today. After hearing about the requirements, I can tell you have high expectations for our class. I'm really excited to be pushed and to learn as much as I can this year. I do have a few questions about the project itself. Perhaps there are topics we can discuss together in class so that everyone can benefit from hearing your thoughts. Could we possibly make time to do that tomorrow? I'm somewhat of a perfectionist and want to make sure I fully understand the expectations before beginning to work. Also, do you have a suggested pacing plan? I like to feel organized and find myself overwhelmed easily. I'm just not sure how to break a project of this magnitude into manageable chunks. Thanks in advance for your help. Any help you can offer. Sincerely, Annie. The email on the right-hand side is more formal and polite. While it is longer, it is clear and more respectful. The sender is not blaming the teacher trying to get out of work as she is on the left-hand side. And this right-hand email also goes through that example of the sandwich that I gave in the instruction, where you start off with some flattery, you come in with your suggestions or questions, and then you kind of end in a thankful tone. If Mrs. Green received the email on the left-hand side, she would think the student was lazy and entitled. On the right-hand side, she would think the student genuinely wanted her help. She would be more willing to listen and accommodate. You can also hear the difference of tone within the two emails. The goal of this email is to elicit the teacher's help and empathy on the right-hand side. Teachers are more willing to extend due dates for students who are obviously trying and just need extra time. The email on the right-hand side accomplishes that end better. Also, with emails, there are some elements. So when composing a formal email, it helps to know the essential elements of this type of writing. Use the labeled example below as a guide. So this top part is your recipient. Who are you sending your email to? A carbon copy is not the main recipient, but you want to keep them informed about the conversation. Sometimes too, you can do a blind carbon copy, which is kind of like a sneak copy. Someone you want to receive the email, but you do not want the recipients to know that they are included. Then you always have the sender, which is you. Then you'll have the subject line, which is where the instructions said to be specific as to what period, what's the topic of the conversation. Then your body email. You want to have a salutation. Then your body message to have that sandwich format where you're showing thankfulness, then you're providing the suggested question or the needing support, and then the thankfulness at the end before your closing. And then this final email is going to be the email that you're going to read and improve to show proof of knowledge on how to write an email that has etiquette. So you're going to write to L. Schultz, and you're going to be the person with the appropriate email, and you're going to look at the subject line and write an appropriate subject line. Then you're going to read through this email and improve by paraphrasing this email, and then finding a better salutation at the end by you, Ella. Let me show you what the email etiquette practice looks like. Here are the directions for your Google Doc. Read steps 1 through 3 to help you write an email with better etiquette. So once again, here's the email you're going to read through. Let me read to you the subject. Class tomorrow? Hi, Mrs. C. I'm just letting you know that I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. I think the dentist is going to pull one of my teeth out. I won't be back in time for your class. So if you could get me the work I'm going to be missing by emailing it to me, that would be great. And I didn't get today's assignment. It was weird. So I need you to explain it ASAP. I forgot to ask you today because I was talking to Sarah about her boyfriend problems. Don't tell her I told you that she will be mad, but I know you won't tell you are a teacher. My mom wanted me to ask about extra credit too. Can I get some? I have a bad grade. That last test was a doozy. I can bring in Kleenex or glue or something like that if you will give me points for it. What's your favorite kind of smoothie? I'll get you one for you for helping me out. You have always been my favorite teacher, except you give a lot of homework and make me write essays. Mr. Swininsky, don't do that. Oh, doesn't do that. You think you should talk to me about how he does class. My mom is calling for me to get off the computer. I guess I'll talk to you later. Don't forget to give me that stuff I need. I'll do it unless my tooth itch. Peace, Ella. In step 2, when composing a formal email, it helps to know the essential elements of this type of writing. Read and use the labeled examples below to help you rewrite your sample email from step 1. And this is what we went over with just a moment ago. Finally, step 3, fix the sample email from step 1 so that it has better email etiquette. Make sure you watch the instruction video and this example video to help you find the errors in the sample email. You will use your own ideas and paraphrase so that the email is appropriate to send to a teacher. Some ideas in the sample email do not belong, so leave them out. So remember that paraphrase means to express the meaning of something written or spoken using different words, especially to achieve greater clarity. This is a spot where you're going to rewrite in your own words this email. Remember what I wrote in the instructions on all of the tips on how to write email etiquette so that you can paraphrase and get rid of and improve the errors in this sloppy email from eating cookies all day 91 to Miss Schultz. Good luck.